site I'm going to show you today is the Tennessee State Archives site. This site has photo archives, map archives, basically anything that's paper info relating to Tennessee history. You can look at newspapers, landowning records, stuff like that. First thing I'm going to show you is the maps that are available. So when you first click on the maps entry, it's just going to give you a brief intro about it, how you can order them, viewing online collections, stuff like that. You can, to access the collections, you just click on the blue highlighted words right here. So I'm going to click on the Civil Wars map. And when you first get to it, it's just going to give you a small list of maps that they have, but those are only the maps that they have digitally like scanned into the system, but they're still good to use. So I'm going to click on this one. And what first appears, it's going to look like it doesn't fit the whole screen, but up at the top you have all these options to pick from. And so if you click on this one, then it's going to fit it to window to where you can view the whole map. And you can also zoom in up here using this tool. You can also move it around for cursor, zoom in on certain cities, stuff like that, rivers. And just to get out of it, you just hit the back arrow again, and it'll take you back to the main list of maps. And if you just keep on hitting the back arrow, you'll eventually get to the main screen that you were first on. So the second thing I'm going to show you is the photo archives, which in my opinion is the more important part of this, but it just gives you a brief intro on what they have, how to scan them, what they have in the system. You can also order images, like you can order a digital reprint of certain images for a small fee. You just have to fill out these forms right here and pick what images you want for the archives to mail you and reprint for you. But if you just click on the Tennessee Virtual Archives down at the bottom, it's going to take you to some of the collections that they have in their system, and they pretty much have everything from like folk-like photographs to like certain diaries, and Korean War photography, Andrew Jackson collections, stuff like that. So we're going to click on Korean War. When you first get to the collection, it's going to give you a brief little bio about who the collection belonged to, what some photos are in there, and a really short bio of what the Korean War was. But if you go to the right, it's going to show you all the images that are in the collection, and to just view one, you just basically click on the image, and it'll take you to the same screen that the map was on, but just to resize the image, you just go up here, click on Fit to Window, and it'll fit it to where you can view the whole image. And again, you can just use the tool up here to zoom in on the image. You can still move it around on the screen. And you can also actually download the image, depending on what size and pixel you want it, or you can print the image. And if you scroll down to the bottom, it'll give you like a really brief bio about the image. And just to go back, you just click the back arrow and it'll take you to the main collection website. And when you get back to the main photograph archive site, you see the search box up here. You can basically type in any keyword that you want that relates to Tennessee history, and it'll show images that are relating to that keyword. So I am going to type in Cookeville as my keyword. And it pops up pretty fast, but it's going to show you basically all different images from Cookeville. It will show you description, where it was, certain like keywords or subject terms, date that it was taken, I guess, access drawer and file location, and also give you a citation. But it's basically where the access number drawer and file location is. But to view the image, you just simply click on it, and you can just plain and simple view the image. To go back, you just click the back arrow, and it'll take you back to basically all the images that relate to Cookeville. And when you get back to the main Tennessee Archive site, if you scroll down to the very bottom, it's going to have FAQs. If you ever, like in your class, do an ancestry project, these are really good to look on. If you ever need help finding ancestry, newspaper records, and military records. Also, land grants are really helpful in finding those people, but if you just click on the question, it'll give you a brief intro about it. It'll also give you certain links to fill out forms for requesting military records and requesting land grant records. Yeah. But it also tells us our current Secretary of State, for anyone that doesn't know. But it's basically the site, and again, there's like a whole like plethora of stuff you can do on the site. Those are just a few of the main things that the site can be used for. I've used it in the past. It's really helpful for finding information for images and like maps I've used in papers and referencing those maps in the papers. So yeah, that's the Tennessee Archive site.